Hello, everyone. Welcome to Food Integrity Now. I'm Carol Grave. I'm the host of the show. And, I think we're kind of getting used to hearing a lot of bad news in the world these days. And so I wanted to bring you a story today that I think is really good news. So today we're going to be talking about solutions and what one hospital in New York is doing that we think is wonderful. So let's get started. Welcome, Anne Marie.
Hi, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I'm looking forward to talking with you today, but first I'm going to let our listeners know a little bit more about who you are. Anne Marie Ng is a registered dietitian and public health nutrition program coordinator in Stony Brook's Medicine Department of Family, Population, and Preventative Medicine's Nutrition Division. She is co-manager of the Stony Brook Heights Rooftop Farm, with most of the produce from the 2,242 square foot farm used to prepare meals for Stony Brook University Hospital. And I read an article in Fork Over Knives that talked about how fresh, healthy food is often an afterthought in the American healthcare system. But some forward-thinking U.S. hospitals are changing the game with on-site farms that supply produce for patients' meals and more. They listed 5 of them in the article, but Stony Brook University Hospital was one of them, and I might add, the first. Anne Marie, can you share about how it all got started?
Sure. We love our farm at Stony Brook. We're so proud of the work that we do. So we love that we're able to share this with you today. So our farm started in 2011. It originally started under a New York State Department of Health community grant. And then since then, it's been self-sustaining. So myself with the other farm manager, Kara, we have staff that helps us. We have volunteers that help us with this. So the farm grows approximately 1,500 pounds of produce each year. So what we grow on the farm, we serve directly to the patients at the hospital at our facility.
That is wonderful. Now, is all this produce organically grown?
Yes, so we use only organic methods on the farm. All of our seeds are started right on site as well. So we know exactly where they're coming from, where they started, and what we're using to help them grow as well. So we always use all organic methods. And so we want to reinforce that for our patients also, the importance of the fresh produce, and also if we're able to provide it organically, that's even better.
What a concept. I mean, it just drives me crazy when I think of hospitals, some of the foods they feed their patients, like that crappy Jello and other things that just aren't very healthy. So do you have volunteers? I think I heard you mention that. And how does that program work?
Yes, we love our volunteers. Honestly, this program probably could not continue the way that it has and the success that it has had without our volunteers. So we work with the hospital volunteer department, and we recruit volunteers to come and work with us. And we've had so many people that are just love the idea of this and have been willing to contribute their time to it, which we're so grateful for. So they come most of the time. It's in the summer, which is understandable because that's our growing season. So we have Stony Brook medical students that come and volunteer with us. We have our dietetic interns. We have staff, Stony Brook staff that just want to volunteer their time and come outside for a little bit. And then we also have some local college students from other areas, some high school students that are looking for community hours as well. So all of these people help us contribute to the farm and make it a success.
That's wonderful. So you're in New York, and so your growing season, how long is your growing season there?
It's not that long because it's mostly in the summertime. So I'd say we really start harvesting a lot of our stuff towards the end of June. We start getting a lot of our things are finally large enough to start harvesting just until honestly last week, we were still harvesting stuff. So it's the end of October. And now, but we're winding down now. We're cleaning up the farm now, getting things ready. We put actually in garlic 2 weeks ago into the farm. So that'll be ready
Great.
for next summer.
God, garlic can be so medicinal. That's wonderful. And now, so the rest of the year when the farm is not producing, how does that work?
So when it's not producing, so just, I guess we're still working on it. So say maybe by mid-November, the beginning of December, we'll be completely done with the farm in terms of wrapping up and cleaning up, because we still need to put down compost. We need to put down some mulch to prepare it for the winter. Then I'd say in January, towards the end of January, we start ordering our seeds. So it's a very small window when we're not actually working on things for the farm. And then by the end of February, beginning of March, we start planting our seedlings for the growing season. And we grow those in the greenhouse on campus.
Oh, great. So you have a greenhouse.
Yes, we have a greenhouse that's right on campus on the university side. And we use that to grow our seedlings there.
That's wonderful. And so how much of the food that patients get comes from your garden? Just, it can't be 100%, or maybe it is. I don't know.
No, it's definitely not. We have a large facility. So we have about 620 patients at any given time in the hospital on a certain day. So the food that we grow is more as a supplement to the meals that's provided for the patients. It's not meant to be the main thing that they're served, but more of a supplement, and using it again as a teaching tool so that the patients are made aware of where their food or some of their food is coming from at least. And so we use it as, it opens up a discussion as well in terms of where their food is coming from and how important we think it is for them to receive fresh produce, fresh vegetables, organically grown. So it's more of a supplement to their meals.
That's great. And I could see how that would work, where the education piece is so important. So do you do any teaching around that about what is the hospital's philosophy on wellness?
So our philosophy is definitely, we're trying to encourage a plant-based diet if you can, how it supports decreasing inflammation, oxidative stress, and the importance of fresh produce in healing and recovery to our patients. Yeah. So in terms of education and making them aware of this, when the patient receives a meal or a certain food items that have been grown on the farm, they get a small tray card on their table that lets them know that part of their meal has been grown on the Stony Brook Heights Rooftop Organic Farm, and that they've received that today on their tray. And then if they have any questions or if there's anything they want to discuss, there's the number on there that they can reach a registered dietitian if they want to further the discussion. So that's for that side of it. We also do teaching though, in terms of we have a kids cooking class that we do.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
It's amazing. Honestly, I love it. It's more of, that's more community members though, but it's again about raising awareness.
That is really wonderful. And obviously it's well received with the patients.
Yes, they love it. Anyone that comes out, honestly, also to see the farm, they're just amazed that it's right there. And they they don't even realize that it was there all this time. So even employees are always, whenever they come out to see it, they love it.
That's incredible. So since you were really the first, I know that the article that I read talked about a few other, St. Luke's Rodell Institute Organic Farm in Easton, Pennsylvania, Deaver Wellness Farm at Lankenau Medical Center, which is in Wynwood, Pennsylvania. Also Sky Farm Educational Center at Eskenazi Health, Indianapolis, and Boston Medical Center Rooftop Farm. So that's great. Did any of these organizations come to you and ask you, how you were doing it, or did you have any collaboration at all with them?
No, we have not received any, we haven't been in contact with them at all, but we would welcome anyone that's looking also to start this kind of program in their area, we're always open to the discussion, and we just want to continue to spread the more that we can do, the better I think it is. And so if
Yeah.
anyone's looking to start it, we're always willing to help. If
Yeah.
anybody has a questions, because we kind of started this it was honestly started from nothing. So we kind of just went with it, and it's grown since we've
10
initially
years.
started. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
And what do you think we need to do to get more hospitals on board with growing their own organic food? Do you have any suggestions?
I think that's a good question. I think that probably, like I said, I don't think the people know where to start. So I think that that's the first part of it. It's one, and it's also location wise of where you think you have enough space to do this. And honestly, when you're looking at our facility, I don't think that you would realize that you could actually feasibly do this until you see how it's done. So we have 37 garden beds. They're container beds on the rooftop of a smaller building, and you can see how it's done. And I think it's, once you see it and you're able to actually, I think you could visualize it, and then it starts to become, I think, more of a possibility for you. Whereas I think if you're not sure where to start, it can be very overwhelming, and I can see that.
Yeah. Well, I have a great idea for you. You should start a training program for other hospitals
Yes.
and assist them and mentor them. And wouldn't that be great if we could get more and more healthy food into our hospitals? I mean, what area needs it more than a hospital? I mean,
Yes.
people that are going there to get well, and I believe, and it sounds like you do too, that what we put in our bodies contributes to our wellness. And I just think it's wonderful what you're doing, and keep it up. And thanks for being our guest today. We just love what Stony Brook is doing.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to share this with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you are more than welcome. And we look forward to hearing more great news about Stony Brook.